Oh yes, I'm so pumped, you guys. I'm not even kidding. But hey guys, this is Shiva from the Nintendo Bros, and today we are doing a roundup of everything that happened at this March 21st event. Now, for me, I got 80% of the things that were mentioned, pretty much, in this event. So, let's get started. So first, they want to introduce Apple's 40th birthday coming up in April 1st. So yes, it's been 40 years since Apple was first formed, and that just tells you the milestones that Apple has made. And yeah, they show you a commercial. It's really cool. It just pretty much talks about everything in 40 seconds. All of Apple's history in 40 seconds. Now, the next thing that they talk about is that there is 1 billion Apple devices activated right now. 1 billion. 1 billion, guys. Like, that's a lot, okay? So, that was one of their goals that they were wanting to meet, and they met it. So, so there's 1 billion devices activated right now. Now, of course, Tim Cook has to talk about the Apple versus FBI case, and he pretty much sums it up. He says, look, we've sent out a survey to many U.S. citizens around the country, and they've agreed. We have to keep encryption available. We can't just let our own government be taking our data like that. So, kudos to you, Apple. I really like you guys for doing that. Standing up to the government, And next, they talk about the environment and how 93% of their facilities are running on renewable energy. Yes, they actually showed this one little clip. I'll have it shown if I can find it. But it's pretty much just showing solar panel field, along with herding, like actual I think those are buffaloes. Yeah, they're buffaloes, and they're eating like the hay, So it was kind of funny because it was both just not hurting the environment. They just wanted to show that. So and how they also talk about it was. I feel like they took up like 20 minutes just talking about how they're saving the environment, and they said that their packaging is coming actually from recycled paper. Yes, let's see. This packaging right here, the 6S box, okay, here. Let me show it. Yes, the 6S box, okay? The 6S box is coming from recycled paper. That's incredible. That's truly incredible. To make it look that new and have it's just amazing. And one of the coolest things that I've seen them talk about is an R&D project. His name is Liam, and I'll show a clip right now. But Liam is pretty much a robot that takes apart the iPhones that are recycled. And so he takes off everything, and including screws, the logic board, the screen, pretty much every internal part. And these recycled parts, for example, the motherboard its silver can actually be used in solar panels. And yeah, it was pretty cool. I really like that R&D project. It was pretty unique. Nobody's doing that right now in the technology field. So that's a good Apple to you guys. So next they talk about health and how overnight, when they first released Research Kit, overnight, after a while, for Parkinson's especially, Parkinson's, the study that are grouped up from the health app was the largest study for a disease in the history of humankind. Largest. So yeah, that's amazing. Like, we're gonna be finding out these diseases if more people get on board with this. I know I need to start doing that, but wow, that's really amazing. I was so shaky almost, but just the thing that we can finally cure some of these horrible diseases such as Parkinson's. And now they introduced CareKit, which is pretty much a framework to build apps that empower people, and it will be available in April. Now, they didn't really give a specific date, but it's going to be available in April, so if you guys like the program, like me, that'll be, if you want to make some medical stuff, go ahead. Now, I was right. They released new Apple Watch bands, and let me tell you, I personally don't have an Apple Watch, but these bands are sexy. Like, it's pretty much woven nylon bands, and they have new sports and leather band colors as well. So they have I forgot what it was called, but it was like the Lynx one, something like that. But it was black, and it looked really nice with the black Apple Watch body. And so yeah, and now more people can buy this Apple Watch because now they dropped the price to $300. So you're saving $50. So it's not too bad. I know they're doing that just because, they're going to be releasing the Apple Watch 2 soon. So I would wait for now. Don't get it. But I'm not stopping, but just warning, there might be a new Apple Watch coming soon. I don't know what day or like what conference it's going to be at, but I know it's going to be coming soon because Apple has done this before, and if they drop the price, you know that they're up to something. So yeah, that's the Apple Watch stuff. So now they talk about Apple TV, how there's 5,000 apps on the App Store, and of course March Madness is available right now exclusively for Apple TV. So now they add new features. So you got dictation, which is pretty much you can talk now to type in things, to put in like your passcodes or things like that have been hard. Now they have Siri for the App Store, live photos, and you can group things into folders now. So yeah, stay organized, guys. But yeah, that's all on the new TV OS. Now this was so I love this. Okay, they of course announced the 5. They talked about how the 5S and how it has. I got the statistic today. They have sold 30 million iPhones in the previous quarter, I believe. 30 million iPhone 5Ss, by the way. 5Ss. 30 million iPhone 5Ss. Like, whoa, that's like 1/3 or 1/4 of people buying iPhones. So, they said, it was really funny because the guy who was announcing this, he said, well, I think you guys already know what this is going to be called. It's the iPhone SE. They didn't say 5SE, so it's SE. So, like I said before on my rumor video, go check it out. Actually, don't go check it out since I'm doing this. It will have all the components that the iPhone 6s has, including new camera with that 4K camera, live photo, front flash, and like all sorts of things. It also has the A9 processor, M9 motion coprocessor. Pretty much all the specs of an iPhone 6s, but put into a 4-inch display. So you might be asking, what is it starting at? Well, the 16 gig is gonna be $400. $400. That's incredible. $400. Wow, that's pretty good for people who want to get the same specs that the iPhone. I mean, let me tell you, the 6S is so powerful. Like, you gotta have one. It's so good. And to have a cheaper version, like, if I knew about this, I wouldn't have gone the 6S. But for you guys that haven't gotten 6S yet, I would get the SE. It looks nice. And yeah, it's very affordable compared to other devices. Now, they didn't have a 32 gig. They only had a 64 gig. I don't know the price. I'll put it up right now. But yeah, that was kind of weird. But I think people were like they were like going, oh, you better put 32 gigs. Like, you know, I was like going, they're probably saving that for the 7, so don't get too cocky. But yeah, that's the iPhone SE. Pretty much just better modules than the iPhone 5. Pretty much everything better internally. So yeah. And they talk about iOS 9, of course. iOS 9 is running on 80% of the iPhones. And yeah, and they like said only 2% are run on Androids, like the newer versions. So that just tells you guys how iOS has come in the long run. Now they also talk about Night Shift in iOS 9.3. Notes are now password protected with fingerprint or passcode. Health adds app suggestions for, you know, if you don't know what apps are supported for health, the health app, then there you go. You got suggestions. You also got on news, which is I use news a lot to catch up, you know, with the horrible campaigns with Donald Trump, or should I say Donald Trump. And yeah, so go Bernie, go Bernie. Anyway, so news has now top stories and editors picks. So this is gonna be helpful for me, you know, finding those awful Donald Trump news articles. So they also add CarPlay has new stuff, which adds albums while you're playing. It has albums, and you can choose from today's hits, things like that. And Maps now gets nearby feature. Now, I personally don't have a car. I did, however, got the option. I actually went to California in the past couple of weeks, and we were renting a car, and it was a Chevy. It had CarPlay on it, and I was astonished. It looks so beautiful. You know, I never seen in-car like connected with your iPhone or whatever. But now that was a pain. Like I had to pretty much get a nearby feature. It wasn't on that Maps app, which I thought was stupid, but they're adding that now. So yeah, and education, of course. I don't know if you knew this, but there's a new thing for iPads that are in school. So now there's an education. So teachers can view what the students are using, what apps they're using, and they can also look at what they're using or going on, you know, things like that. Yeah, that's all that they talked about for iOS 9.3. Now they also talk about the new iPad Pro. Okay, so yeah, that rumor was correct. We're getting a 9.7 inch iPad Pro. Now, you know, I was talking about how we don't know what's going to be called. Is it going to be a processor to iPad Air 2 or iPad Pro? Well, it's in the middle, okay? So it's the same size as the iPad Air 2, except all internally and all the stuff that you get on the iPad Pro. Now, we get new accessories such as a USB camera adapter. So if you don't know this, the USB camera adapter will actually let us use Ethernet ports to connect to the administrators, Wi-Fi, or you know, USB sticks, things like that. And they also add True Tone Flash on the back. So all you iPad camera users, but why? Okay, anyway, so if you are an iPad camera user, that the new iPad Pro, the 9.7 inch one, now has True Tone Flash. So you know, if it's dark outside, you know, boom, you got flash. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It has the 12 megapixel camera that the 6S has. Very good, can record 4K, and it costs $599 for the 32 gig and new configuration with 256 gigs. So this is the biggest. It's actually $900. Yeah, $899 for the 256 gig version for the 9.7 inch. So that's getting into the iPad Pro 16 gig territory, which is nice because, you know, more storage and cheaper. Yeah, so it's this whole lineup looked good. We unfortunately didn't see a new Mac lineup, so I don't have to worry about, you know, calling Apple and seeing if I could trade in my MacBook Pro. So nothing. It was pretty casual. Nothing too exciting. iPad Pro gets, you know, new accessories, things like that. But yeah, it's pretty much it, you guys. He also talks about how Tim Cook, by the way, Tim Cook talks about how the town hall. This is the last event. Now, if you don't know the town hall, it's pretty much where they were meeting today, and it was where the iPod got released, the Macintosh got released, pretty old products, App Store, things like that. So they're moving now to their new Apple campus. I don't know if you've seen this, but it looks like a freaking spaceship, like, and so they're gonna have new rooms where they're gonna have more people to fit in. So it's gonna be wonderful. And yeah, so that's pretty much it, you guys, for the March 21st event. It was truly outstanding. It was both serious and, like, kind of exciting, not too much. I can't wait for WWDC, though. We're gonna be seeing new iPhones, possibly, or new MacBooks, whatever. Anyway, so that's it for the March 21st event, and I hope you guys liked it. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Was coloring thoughts for the sake of finding truth. Was following rules, counting all of my good deeds. Oh, living in fear, hell at my feet. Heaven is out of reach.